Majo John Madden here, recording from a sleep. Oh my God, they cut off the sound. There is a big tanker truck over in that corner of the beach, or the entry to the beach, sucking sewage out of their toilets way down by the beach. And it's been doing that for at least a half hour and totally wrecking the acoustic environment around here. Some nice music coming from that big shelter over there. So I'm at you would say a sleepy little beach community in Mexico. Not quite sleepy because it's resort. It's a resort area, but not a major one. It's outside of Tuxpan, south of Tampico, and north of Veracruz. But I've had a chance to glimpse my vision, my mission to find myself a spot in Mexico where I could be happy. And some of the difficulties of that mission, it's gotten in some ways much harder. Really not prepared for Mexico, language-wise not prepared at all, and feeling as an outsider most all the time, gracious as Mexicans can be. I've taken on responsibility for a new charge, a new baby, second dog, Bear. We'll never know maybe how old he is, but he's really injured. He's recovering, praise God. We've just only known that for a week, that he actually was going to recover from a hip fracture from being hit by a car. But he's hobbling around. He can't run the beach with my other dog. So I suddenly, at age 76, have a lot of parenting responsibilities. That big, heavy dog has to be lifted into my camper van every time you can see the black van over there. I can't afford to be in motels all the time on our travels, but needed to be today because the mosquitoes last night chewed us up. And two or three nights ago, I was in another motel, and when I got there around noon, spilled into the bed and slept for 6 hours because I can't sleep this far south into Mexico. It's a tropical climate with the mosquitoes and the barking dogs and the heat. So I can't extend this trip. I have to move as directly as I can out towards the end of the Yucatan Peninsula, which another complication that's made my life quite hard is that my working telephone got stolen in Tampico 9 days ago today. So I'm functioning with a Wi-Fi phone, great video, great phone, but no phone service. No GPS. So finding my way around, fortunately it's one main road all the way down the coast here. The Carreteria, it's 180, and it has different names in different towns. And we've been inspired by being in a wonderful mountain community. That was a very happy place, very beautiful. And then a tiny little mountain community of Tamapeche, with a spectacular old church. That's their pride and joy. And it was so visionary and beautiful. Here I am in one of these basically indigenous mountain communities. So I never thought I would see that on this trip. I thought I was just heading for beaches. And I didn't know the Sierra Madre Oriental mountains ran right along here. But I had to face last night that living in the camper van with no screens and no air conditioning is not sustainable. We have to keep moving. We can't get distracted with exploring Tuxpan, with exploring Veracruz. No haste. And may not have money enough to keep traveling the whole month. I got 3/4 of a tank of gas and some limited funds that I'm going to have to use really wisely. That was very helpful. Okay, eyes on the prize. Keep moving. And then sitting on this veranda, this they're setting up. They've got linen tablecloths. I bet they'll have some kind of food service down there. And dancing. I bet dancing tonight on a Saturday night. There's a huge group of tourists. All the folks in the white shirts over there came down in 2 big buses from maybe Tux Pond or maybe further away. Tux Pond's a beautiful city. We had a great walk along the beautiful Panuco River. Spectacular. But when I was saying yesterday, gee, I'd like to explore down there. That church looks really beautiful. Great for another time. You got to get these 2 dogs and you down to the Yucatan Peninsula, which is a big area, big resort area. I'd like to locate near enough to a resort to have the amenities of that and the possibilities of selling coaching work. But to escape from it, to have some kind of a little house with screens, maybe not air conditioning, but lots of open air that could be closed up at night and where my dogs could have freedom to run. It's a tall order. Am I going to find a place to do it? Of course I don't know that. Don't know any of that. Don't know any of that. But that's been the way of this 3 years on the road. Move forward and see what you find. Some of it is spectacular. Some of it is quite difficult. 2 weeks. 2 weeks of that dog being on death's door. Very difficult. And a long, extended recovery. Even with as happy as we are that he's recovering. And I think he's happier every day. He's walking further every day. But still quite hard. Okay. There's your snapshot from Tuxpan.